and she done bought her turkey to my house to mess up my house with salmonella. Guess I'll go check on the parents. I'm not feeling it. If I could have stayed at home today, I would have, but I know it's not good for me to, just be at home and be by myself, and I know that my mom wouldn't want it either. Good afternoon, y'all. So, I am on my way. Today I'm doing Instacart. Said I was gonna switch between Instacart and I said I was gonna switch between doing Instacart and doing Lyft and Shipt. No Amazon for me, and no DoorDash. I haven't done DoorDash in forever. DoorDash is just, in my opinion, it is a total waste of time. Number one, they don't pay enough. Number two, people don't tip enough. Nevertheless, and I gotta stop saying nevertheless. I notice that I say it a lot. I'll say nevertheless a lot, and I smack. I got to work on that. There's certain things that you just do unconsciously that whenever you do something like YouTube, you go back and you review your videos and you realize that there's certain things that you do repetitively, and that's something that I need to work on. Anywho, so I just left Publix doing a shop and deliver. And as some of you may or may not know, I am the consumer care manager for the company that I work for. So that means I'm the consumer care manager for 5 different brands. Now, I have worked for the most part in customer service or some type of C2B or B2B environment for most of my life. Since I was 15 years old, my first job was bussing tables at Piccadilly. So customer service is something that I am very passionate about. It's something that I love. I love, taking care of people. I love taking care of my customers. I love giving great service. I love resolving issues. It's an ego trip for me whenever I can take a bad situation and make it a positive situation, or I can resolve somebody's problems. That's just who I am. But one thing that I must say is that customer service nowadays completely and totally sucks. When I say totally sucks, it sucks on a major level. And so anything that I can do to make a situation better, I do. Whenever I was laid off years ago from Avaya, one of the things that I really wanted to do, I tried to go and work at McDonald's. I tried to work at McDonald's, Kroger, and I tried to get back into retail because that is one place where you experience the most toxic customer service. But they wouldn't hire me. Even in 2008 when the stock market bust, the real estate market bust, and, it was just really, really hard. I tried to, like I said, go work at McDonald's. I was willing to start at the bottom and work my way up to manager, because a lot of times whenever I go to certain places, I'm thinking if I was the manager here, I would probably fire everybody that worked here, or either we would have some intense customer service training, because you have to have a certain level of just have to have a certain something about you in order to work customer service, because you have to understand that even though the customer is not always right, you have to understand that the customer is what keeps you in business. So a lot of times whenever I see businesses go out of business, or people don't shop there anymore, especially in the Black community, the first thing we want to say is they're taking all the stores out the Black community. They're mistreating the Black community. If this was a white, they're some of it boils down to customer service. Because if I go somewhere and I'm getting terrible customer service, guess what? I'm not going to keep going back there. That's just the nature of the beast. I'm not going to spend my money somewhere where I am treated unfairly. The customer service is nasty. The store is nasty. There's inventory all over the place. You can't get help. You can't get service. And whenever you do, it's bad. So what I'm going to say real quick, because I am working and I don't want to be long-winded, because I can be, because I am a writer. What I do want to say is that I just came from Publix near me. I'm in line, and the person who checked out before me, apparently the young ladies it was the young lady who was the cashier, and then also there was the person that was bagging. Apparently they know the guy. He must come in there a lot. No problem. But after he checked out, he was saying something about, he sell plates and all this other good stuff. Mind you, I'm loading my stuff up on the belt. They stop. Don't even start checking me out. They stop to pause. First of all, he's talking and they're talking back, whatever. And then he says that he's selling plates. And so they say they didn't know he sell plates. And then he says, yeah, check out my Instagram. He pulls out his phone, pulls up his Instagram. They're standing there looking at his Instagram. Mind you, I've loaded everything up on the counter, so I'm just looking. And then he was like, well, yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram. So she pulls out her phone so she can follow him on Instagram. And so I say, excuse me, I'm on a timer here. I'm doing Instacart. And she says, well, let me hold up, step right here, because she on the timer. Now, usually I would go speak to the manager, or I would send a nastygram to Publix. I don't have time for that today. But parents, hear me out. You expect good customer service. When you have a child that is working in a customer service environment, teach them what it means to provide good customer service. But then sometimes I'm learning that the parents themselves, because a lot of times it's a reflection, the people that the managers hire people who are reflections of them. So oftentimes it starts at the management level, because these are the people that they choose. But it just seems like in this day and age, I see so much that's like freaking wow. And then especially at Publix, I wasn't expecting that at Publix. But I just had to just say that just really just blew my mind, that I'm sitting here, I got all this stuff. I had $189 worth of stuff on that belt. But you're just going to just keep on talking to him, sharing Instagram and stuff, while you got a customer that is waiting to be checked out. Unacceptable. But I'm almost at my stop. I'm getting ready to drop this off, and I think I'm going to turn on my Lyft app, because I don't think I feel like dealing with that right now. Guess I'll go check on the parents. It's the holidays, and whew. There's mom. There's dad. I guess we need to start calling these my car chronicles because it seems like lately, every time I talk to you guys, I'm in the car. So, just had a conversation with the rents. That's what I call them, the rents instead of the parents. It's hot. Just had a conversation with the rents. And every time I'm near here or drive past here, as long as the cemetery is open, I just stop by and walk and look. This is the second time that I've come and didn't just fall apart. But it's been 6 months now since my mom passed. And some days I feel numb. The first 3 months I was just lost. And sometimes I still feel lost. I just feel like an abandoned child. Like I'm just wandering around aimlessly in this world with no direction because, pieces of my soul are gone. If it wasn't for, me having a daughter and my sister, I feel for anybody who has to navigate this life after losing their parents and not having anybody. So, I see that a lot of people have stated, they lost their spouse, they've lost their children. My girlfriend I call her my girlfriend now, that's in Florida, living the Florida life. She told me that, she lost her son. And then, of course, some of you guys, since, I've talked about my mom in the holidays, you said that, you've lost people. And my heart goes out to you guys. When I say my heart goes out to you guys, my heart goes out to you guys. I lost my dad when I was 18. And, I still had my mom. Then I had my daughter and my sister. But now that both of them are gone, I just, my sister and I would talk about, the new normal. So this is our new normal. But one thing that, I've told my daughter that, if a time comes that I pass away, number one, shut down all of my social media. I've already made her, given her access as soon as I take my last breath. If she can think about it, if she has it in her, shut down my Facebook, shut down my Instagram, or make it a legacy account, but make it where nobody can post. I don't want anybody posting on my page. I don't want, first thing people want to do when you pass is run to your social media and say, oh, I'm so sorry. And this was my girl and I'm going to miss you. And to be quite honest, most of the people who might do it, I don't even fuck with y'all like that. And, it's just, a lot of it is not really sincere. A lot of it is a matter of, you remember back in the day whenever, was it Media Tech Out? What was the name? It was one of those websites where people would rush anytime they would upload. This is when social media and bloggers just really first popped off. And people would run to the article as soon as it posted and post first. And that's how people are whenever somebody passes. You may have not even talked to them in years. Don't even interact with them on social media or anything. And the first thing you want to do is go tag their post or go on their page or upload. Oh my God, this. Don't do that. So I did ask her that to immediately make my page a legacy account. Number one, I don't want every year this to come up in her feed as a reminder. Number one. Number two, I have already told my family, my daughter, my sister, cremate me. It sounds terrible. Send me through the cooker. I don't want a funeral. You can have a memorial and then have a big barbecue, because I get it from my dad. I love having big gatherings with family, with friends. Have a big barbecue in my honor, but send me through the cooker. And then my last wish is that my daughter spread my ashes in Gulf Shores, Alabama. That's it. I love water. I'm a Scorpio. Spread me in the water. And anytime you want to visit your mommy, anytime you want to visit your sister, anytime you want to visit me, go to the ocean. I'll be there. I'll be there in the ocean. But I don't want my bones and my ash. I don't want my bones, my body to be here. Because as long as it's here, then you're going to come here. And seeing all of this around as a reminder is not easy. And so every time you go to the water, baby, if you're looking at this, mommy loves you, send me to the water. That's where I'll be at peace. And hopefully that's where you'll find you'll find your peace. So I just wanted to say that I don't like going to cemeteries. So yeah, spread my ashes in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I'm about to get back and do some more work. Y'all talk about how much y'all love my sister. She got a whole house round the corner, and she done bought her turkey to my house to mess up my house with salmonella. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Why is she at my house? Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead. So, you want me to fix you some wine while we at it?
Sure, I will need it after this.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm listening. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I'm on my way to my auntie's house. It's 3:17. Dinner started at 3. I baked some chicken and I sauteed some cabbage with green and red and yellow peppers. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not feeling it. If I could have stayed at home today, I would have, but I know it's not good for me to, just be at home and be by myself, and I know that my mom wouldn't want it either. So I'm gonna head over to the family's house. I'm gonna tell you, I put a time limit on it. 2 hours. That's all they get is 2 hours. And then I'm going back home. But I know that they want to see me. I know that they will be worried about, worried about us. And so, yeah, I'm finna pull up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna vlog or not. I might not. We'll see. But wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you guys are enjoying your families and eating good and all of that great, amazing stuff. Oh, my cousin's outside. Good morning. What time is it? I didn't even put on my Apple Watch today. Oh well, I guess I won't be getting those steps in. So it is 8:09. I jumped out, just finished a Instacart at Kroger. I jumped out about 7:30. And my sister and my older sister and I are supposed to be going thrifting a little later on. So I wanted to get out, make a little money, and then me and my girl April are going to have drinks this evening. So I've committed that any extracurricular activities that I do, now that I have gotten my feet wet once again with my hustling. As I said on previous videos, I hadn't really been out doing, I haven't been out doing anything since, my mom got real sick at the top of the year. So now that I have gotten my feet wet again, I have committed that any extracurricular activities that I do, whether it is thrifting or going out to have drinks, going out to eat, I've committed that I'm going to hustle that extra money so that it doesn't deplete my my regular earnings. Plus, now I have the responsibility of 2 homes, and so paying the utilities and the bills over there as well as my house would diminish my savings and in bi-weekly earnings. So I committed to myself that I am going to hustle every week to cover those expenses, so it doesn't seem like what I'm trying to accomplish is taking longer, and so I won't be stretched. That being said, again, as I was in the store shopping, got out early this morning, got my cup of coffee together, so whenever I'm out and about, because this thing stays hot. This thing, if I leave anything here, it'll still be hot this evening at 6 o'clock. Shout out to Black Coffee on Jonesville Road, still. But as I was shopping and hustling and moving, and that's another thing that I love about it is, and I realized that whenever I was doing Instacart and Amazon Flex and Shipped, don't care for DoorDash. Whenever I was doing my gigs, I'm constantly moving, I'm jumping in and out, I'm shopping, I'm getting exercise. So that is another reason I know that the weight has crept back up on me, because I wasn't being as active as I was before. So it's winter time, so you got to get in as much as you can, because you just want to stay inside. Especially with today, I think the high is going to be, whenever I check the high, it's going to be like in the 40s or something like that. Not sure. Nevertheless, I am rambling on. I'm about to sip my coffee and continue to get my hustle, probably for about 4 hours. And then me and my sister are going to go thrifting. We're going to go home, get all dolled up and cute, and go have some drinks with my girls. Yesterday was very emotional. That's why you won't see much of it on the vlog. I did vlog, of course, the food, because my family always overcooks. Shout out to my Aunt Marie, because she said she started preparing for Thanksgiving last week, I believe, and 90% of the food that you see on this vlog she prepared. I made chicken legs and threw some of the some of the gravy, because I always make so much gravy whenever I make my turkey wings, and so I save the gravy and freeze it, and so I put gravy on it, and I did make some cabbage, some sauteed cabbage. My cousin doesn't eat meat, so I made sure that I didn't put any type of meat byproducts in it. And that's all that I made. Everything, she had stuff in the dining room, she had it in the kitchen, she had it in the garage where we, had the family style table. That's just our family. My mom had, it was 12 of them. And then just imagine their kids and their kids' kids. So I have a very large family on my mother's side. Small, not so much on my dad's side, but my mom's side is huge. So shout out to Auntie for having a really, really, nice Thanksgiving. But it was emotional for me, so I only stayed like a couple hours and then I left. When I left, they were playing bingo. So yeah, let me get this thing popping, see if I can make, my goal is $100. So far I did one shop, don't have to deliver, and that was $13. So let's see what we can do. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. When you see me go, though, that is what me and my mom and my sister would do to each other, those last months. That was our way of saying goodbye. Well, it is Friday night, guys. I'm on my way to meet my girlfriend for some cocktails at a cute little duck off spot. And let me show you what it looks like. I usually announce the day, but I'll put it in the video. I know it's the 30th, and I know it's Saturday. Just decided to jump on here right quick for the last day of the month. I need to do some major cleaning of my house today. I do plan on getting out to do a little bit of Instacart and also maybe Lyft. I'm sure it's going to be some people that are heading back in town to from Thanksgiving holiday. Probably going to the airport and everything. So I'll probably get out and also do a little bit of Lyft. Because last night, you'll see the video in this video. Last night I went and had drinks with my girlfriend. I can't, and nausea cocktail bar lounge, hidden gem, so unbelievably sexy. I'm gonna definitely have to add that to a spot that I go to and just relax and enjoy the ambiance. It was so sexy. It's dark. It's just beautiful. It's one of those, really, it's one of those date night spots where, you're dressed up and you're feeling sexy. They don't serve food. They have little bar finger foods like maybe peanuts or pretzels and stuff like that, but they don't serve food. But oh my God, it is so sexy in there. I mean, it just makes you feel sexy. So she and I were talking, and she'll be turning 50 next year in August. We talked about, it was so loud that with the music, I would have to drown out the music, and you can't hear our conversation. But we had a great conversation. We were talking about, she's a Leo, and I don't think I've talked about it on this channel, but it's something about me and Leo men. I can't put my, looking for my spatula. There we go. I can't put my finger on it. But baby, I swear off Leo men because, I turned it over too fast. I swear off Leo men. Leo men and I have a serious love-hate relationship. Let me tell you. Okay, let me spin this around first. Let me show you this right quick because I'm going to go back and explain to you what this is about. So you guys see this. Okay, take that in. Work with me. Take that in. So let me fix me some coffee while I'm over here chit-chatting with you guys. Me and Leo men have a serious love-hate relationship. It seems like that's all I attract. I attract Leo men, and I attract Cancers and some Pisces. But me and Leo men, a lot of people don't believe in zodiac signs, but I'm a believer. I'm a believer because there are certain traits. Everybody has certain traits that are similar, but there are certain traits that are very, very pronounced in certain signs and certain people. And for me, Leo men and I think I want to go with butter pecan this morning. Leo men and I, Leo men and I have this serious love-hate relationship. I have someone that he and I dealt with each other off and on for like 25 years, from high school up until about, 8 years ago, whenever we would not be in a relationship with somebody else, we would gravitate back to each other. But it was extremely toxic. We're cooler than a fan now. He's married. You know, we're cool. We're really cool now. But it was very toxic. And so I was telling her about the guy that, you know, you guys know about, that, you know, I had the Stood Me Up video and all this other stuff about. And he's a Leo. He is a August Leo. And that's my thing, is me and August Leos. We just don't, it's toxic. Hold that thought. Let me get this little situation together. I'm going to sit down and then we're going to have a chat. So, hold please. Okay, y'all. So I'm coming. Oh. Oops. Okay, y'all. So first of all, let me back it up, because I am really bad about hopping all over the place. What I was initially going to say was that, you know, me and my girl met yesterday for drinks, and she turns 50 in August 2025. And she has planned a trip to Greece on Virgin Voyages. I said, girl, you know, you done heard about that particular cruise ship. But she invited me. She showed me the video. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. When I said I was gonna travel, this must mean that I was really, really, really planning on traveling, because baby, this is a travel. It's gonna run maybe close to $5,000, because I'll be solo dolo. But I have to double check the cost. But beautiful cruise is a 7-day trip. So therefore, your girl, she gonna have to get a hustle on. She gonna definitely have to get her hustle on. But I really want to go. I really want to celebrate her. And I've been saying that I was gonna travel. You can't take it with you. So it's a high priority for me at this point. So I definitely need to get out there and hustle. Don't be lazy about it. Yeah. So that's that. Then let me tell you about, let's go back to, Okay, we'll come back to the Leo situation and Scorpios and Leos. But when I showed you in the video that food, that was from yesterday. Let me tell you about this Instacart hustle for those who don't do Instacart. When you're doing Instacart, you're doing Lyft and those types of gig work. You are at the mercy of the customers. And baby, let me tell you, whenever I say they will lie on you, they will lie on you. Some will lie on you because they're trying to get over. Then some will lie on you because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. In this instance, like with Instacart, and I believe still with DoorDash, I haven't done DoorDash in a very long time. If the customer doesn't answer, with DoorDash, you get to keep the food. With Instacart, it used to be that you could keep the food. Like I said, I hadn't been out doing Instacart for a while. So yesterday, I tried to deliver to this young lady. Her address was very confusing. She had 240 Martin Luther King, which is Nick's Gyros here in Atlanta. But then she had 240 Martin Luther King. Then she had a slash in 2403 in floor 4. Nick's Gyro is just one building, but on each side of Nick's Gyro are two different apartment complexes. One is broad 50, 20 broad, 50, 20 broad, whatever, 50 broad, whatever. And then it is another one. One was 290. I think 50 Broadway is 290. And then the one over here was 270, whatever. Either way, both are secured buildings. So I had no way of getting inside the building. You know, yeah, I could have waited for somebody to come out to go in, but why would I do that? We had been conversing on Instacart while I had been picking your groceries. And then whenever I got there, it alerted you that I had arrived. And then I started to text you, you know, hey, I'm confused, you know, because your address says, you know, 240, 280, whatever. It said 240. It said 240 Martin Luther King, and that is Nick's Gyro. So can you tell me, are you in this apartment complex or this apartment complex? She didn't respond. I called the number that was linked to her account, and I get this subscriber is not accepting calls. Now, one thing that I do know, like with me, if you're not saved in my phone, you're either going to go straight to voicemail. I don't know if you get a message or whatever, but I don't accept calls from numbers that I don't recognize. It goes directly to my voicemail. You get some message. I'm not sure. But maybe that was it. But this happens quite a bit whenever you're doing deliveries. When you try and call the number, it won't go through. So in that case, you then reach out to Instacart, let Instacart know, hey, I'm trying to reach this customer. I'm trying to deliver. It's in a secured building. I have no way of getting in. So and you let them know. So then they will try and reach out to the customer. So I did that, and I had waited already. They want you to wait 10 minutes before you contact services. So I contact services. They tried to reach her. They couldn't get in contact with her. So in that case, what they'll do is they'll pay you for whatever it was that the Instacart was going to pay you, minus the tips that the customer was going to give you. They used to tell you just keep the groceries, but now they said, you know, can you take the groceries back to the store? We'll give you an additional $10. No problem. I was at most a mile and a half from Publix. No problem. Took it back to Publix. What Publix said, they only take back non-perishable goods. So, and non-cold stuff. So that's how I ended up with that cheese that I saw you, the turkey wing. I guess she was doing Friendsgiving or whatever, because she had 2 packs of collard greens. She had 4 different cheeses. She had half and half, I guess, to make the macaroni and cheese. And green peppers, you know, the things that I showed you. Fine, good. I went on my way. Well, I dropped the food off here, and then I went on my way. So this morning I wake up with an email from Instacart saying that a customer complained that in so many words, a customer complained that, they said that I swapped the Instacart card to purchase groceries for a customer that wasn't delivered. We do understand that things happen, this, that, and the third, but you know, this is a warning, this, that, and the third. But what's pissing me off is that, number one, if you look at the chat between me and the customer, you will see where I reached out to the customer multiple times in the chat trying to get in contact with her. You will also see, because Instacart can see when you navigate to that area. You also can see the chat between me and Instacart explaining what happened. And you can also see where Instacart, the person then Instacart gave me a credit, and I returned the groceries, what I could, back to the store. So for me to get that email pisses me off, because the customer apparently said that I didn't deliver her groceries. That's one thing that happens. Another thing that happens is that customers will often say that you didn't deliver certain things. And I know I delivered. I know I picked everything and I know I delivered everything. But then they end up getting those things for free, or either Instacart will send somebody else out. I've had where people have said they didn't get their groceries at all. Hot mess. Same thing with driving Lyft. They will issue a complaint on you. They will say that the car smell like weed. Sometimes it may be. I know I have a air freshener because the person that was riding before you may have smelled like weed. Or they'll say that the car didn't smell good. I'm not being despairing here, but I used to drive a lot in Clarkston, and there's a lot of Indians there. And so they smell like curry. They have a certain sense of a certain smell. And you will have people who complain, and then you'll get dinged for that. So just know that if you ever decide to do gig work, your livelihood is often in jeopardy based on what customers may or may not say. Nevertheless, let's talk about me and Leo's, because she and I was talking about it because she's a Leo. I don't know what it is about me and men Leo. Whenever I say the intimacy is amazing, the passion is just, Leos are great lovers. Oh my God, they are great lovers. But Leos are not Leo men. I have great relationships with Leo women, but me and Leo men, they're not accountable. Anytime something goes wrong, something goes bad, it's always your fault. If they cheated on you, it's something that you did. If they do something wrong, they're not very, very accountable. And so until I met old boy, I had completely sworn off Leos. When I say I was so serious, I would meet a guy and I could find him attractive. He found me attractive. But as soon as he say that he is a Leo, it's a running joke on my Facebook page with all the men, because I used to always post, funny memes and funny jokes about Leo. So I have quite a few men that are in my friends list on Facebook that are Leos, who are trying so hard to change my mind about Leos. It is just, but then I met old boy, I overlooked the fact that he was a Leo. But they are so arrogant. It is so true. Like how people say they don't believe in zodiac signs. There are certain things like, I'm a Scorpio. I'm not, I used to be a very jealous hearted Scorpio. Whenever it came to my man, whenever I was younger, I've outgrown that. Now I'd be like, but there's certain attributes about different signs, like Cancers. Cancers are crybabies. They are super, super sensitive, but they love their mama. They will fight you about their mama. Scorpios are very passionate. We are very secretive. We do hold a lot of stuff in. I'm not revengeful. I don't think I'm your average Scorpio, but I'm not revengeful. But Scorpios are very, very revengeful, and they're very loyal. They are very, very loyal. I hear a lot of people talk about Scorpios being freaks and all this stuff. But everybody claims to be a freak these days. So you can't just pin that on Scorpios, because everybody wants to be the biggest freak these days. I don't know what the fascination is about being freaks. I believe in being sensual. I don't know how to categorize being a freak. But yeah, so it's 9:45. I've been rattling on. This is probably going to be a long video. It's going to be the last video that I post for November 30th, because I am going to edit it and post it today. I want to again say thank you so much to everybody who has been so supportive. It's just mind blowing whenever I read your comments and the conversations that we have. Some of you guys have me cracking up. My new subscriber that was telling me about the guy that she dated that was from Buffalo, New York, and moved to Florida. He's 60 years old, and she went to meet him for a date. He had a roach running across his collar. Girl, when I say I was in my bed yesterday morning hollering, I was hollering. Me and my sister went out thrifting yesterday, and whenever I was telling her about it, when I said I was screaming. So keep it coming. I love you guys' commentary. You guys are so entertaining for me. This is just as therapeutic it's therapeutic for me to have these conversations with you guys, to know that, we're just regular people. So thanks again. I really do appreciate you guys. And I'm about to eat my grilled cheese sandwich and drink my coffee. I am a coffee mug collector now. I'm going to have to find some kind of way to, I'm going to have to find somewhere for my bugs. But found this at the Goodwill yesterday, and I know it's flipped backwards, but it says, Dear Santa, define good. I've been good. Yeah, I've been good. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love you to pieces.